Alright, so, yeah, holy fucking shit, I uploaded a motherfucking video, oh my fucking god, let's all fucking celebrate Strato fucking uploading a fucking video to fucking YouTube, which is fucked up by a brand new fucking... I don't even know what to call it. Hey guys, I guess you could call this a YGO video, because Dion is Dion, and I feel like doing YGOPro right now, so here's YGOPro, so... Anyways, as you guys know from my previous DN video, I was playing around with Inzektors for a while, and it was kind of a really shit build, so since then, I've been playing a lot of Inzektors lately because I really want to get serious from this deck, so I decided not only am I going to show you guys my current deck profile, I'm also going to go ahead and just show off a couple of duels that I recently had, while I talk about why I haven't been uploading lately, so also, before I get into this, how the fuck should I say this? I would appreciate any kind of feedback on this deck whatsoever, besides saying Inzektor sucks and replace it, because I honestly like Inzektor, but I'll get into that conversation in a little bit, but anything else regarding the deck, as in suggestions, mainly I'm looking for side decking cards, because I want to get really serious with this deck, so like I said, any feedback is appreciated, so let us just get straight into this deck profile. So pretty obvious, we got our Dragonfly and our Hornet, self-explanatory, free Centipedes, free Ladybugs, 1 Gigamantis and 1 Hopper. I decided to take out the second Gigamantis and the second Hopper because they were both dead draws. Like, I could have special summoned, like, Gigamantis, 1 Gigamantis, then used the other Gigamantis as an equip card, but still, I think that was pretty fucking pointless, so I took them out. So all you really need is these 10 cards to run the Inzektor engine. And then onto the other monsters in the deck, I run 1 Max C, mainly because there's a lot of special summoning involved in today's metagame, so I could go ahead and just ditch Max C, and I get free draws, and that'll allow me to draw into cards that I really need, such as my Dragonfly, Hornet, or anything else that I need. So, really great card to main deck. I run 2 Card Troopers. You definitely need to run Card Troopers, because that allows you to mill cards that you need in your graveyard, such as your Hornet, or your Ladybug, so always run 2 of these. I run 1 Dark Arm Dragon because it's Dark Arm Dragon, and I don't really see a lot of play with it, but it's still a pretty decent card if you can get it out, and plus it's got a lot of offensive pressure on your opponent. Gores, I kind of use this every now and then. It's pretty good if you got no cards control and your opponent just face rolls you. You could just be like, I'm just going to summon Gores and fuck you over. So, that's a thing, I guess. And I run 2 Mystic Tomatoes. You could run free in this deck, but I only run 2 because, I don't know, I really don't see free being of importance to me in terms of my playstyle. Like, if I get 1 Mystic Tomato destroyed by battle, I could go into my other tomato, and then if this tomato gets destroyed, I can go into something like Dragonfly or Centipede, so... Or, no, I can't go into Centipede because I forgot about the 1500 attack fan with tomato, my bad, but whatever, you get the point of Mystic Tomato. And last of the monsters is Spirit Reaper. There's 2 reasons I run this. One, it stalls out my opponent. Like, I place it in defense, they go ahead and go for an attack. Doesn't get destroyed, so I could just sit there and draw for a turn. Next turn, get something important, and I still have a monster on the field. And then I could use Spirit Reaper for a rank-free XYZ summon. Another important thing with Spirit Reaper is that if I were to do battle damage with it, I would go ahead and just discard a random card from my opponent's hand, so that's always pretty neat. Especially if I discard something very important to my opponent, such as Abyss Megalo, High Priestess, shit like that. So, onto the spells, I run 2 Insect Imitations. My favorite play is I like to open up with Ladybug, go for Imitation, then I could go ahead special summon Dragonfly from the deck. Use Dragonfly's effect, equipping Ladybugs, making Dragonfly level 5, effect a Dragonfly procs, special summon Centipede from deck, effect a Centipede, equipping Ladybug, Centipede to level 5, effect grabbing either Hornet or Zektkale to hand, overlay your Dragonfly and your Centipede both for rank 5, and I like to bring out Crimson Shadow Armor. Next turn, standby phase of your opponent's turn, detach your Dragonfly, and you're pretty much set to go from there. So that's a pretty neat combo. I run 2 Zektkales. You could run free, but I think the third one's kind of a dead draw, and honestly, I don't know. I just see it being good enough for me, and I run 1 Zektor. people always get on me for this card because they always say it's a shit card. Well, I'm going to just tell you a couple reasons why I think it's a good card. Number one, say your opponent has a high beater on the field, and you have an Inzektor monster, and you can't get over it. And you equip, let's say you want to equip Zektail to it. You still can't get over the monster, so Inzektor gives you the extra 200 attack power that you need to get over that high beater. That's one situation in which Inzektor comes in handy. Another one is you go for an attack with the equipped monster, and say your opponent has Mirror Force, Deep Prison, or shit like that face down, and Inzektor kind of prevents that from happening, so that's a pretty good thing. And third reason I run Inzektor is because of Mind Crush. Let's say you have Zekcalibur in hand. Your opponent activates Mind Crush, declaring Zekcalibur. You have Zekcalibur in hand. All your Zekcaliburs go to the graveyard. And since you're not running Zektor, then you basically have no way of getting an equipped spell card to your Inzektor monster. So if I wanted to equip an equip card to Dragonfly that's a spell card and blow it up with Hornet, then I can't do that because obviously I don't have any more Zekcaliburs. So there's a reason why I run Zektor, because even though my Zekcaliburs are gone, I'll still have a Zektor. I can equip that to Dragonfly, blow it up with Hornet, then I get 2 special summons. So there's a reason I run Zektor. So there you go. I run 1 Foolish Burial, allows me to get Inzektors to the grave like Hornet, Ladybug, Gigamantis, and rarely Hopper. So I also run 2 Pot of Dualities, get you the draws you need. Basically, you don't want to do this mid-game. You want to open with Pot of Duality, like, as beginning. First turn is usually when I want to do it. So, I also run a Trinity of Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, pretty obvious. 3 Mystical Space Typhoons, and that completes the trap, or not the traps, the spells. Onto the traps, I run 3 Call to Haunted, because obviously you need Call to Haunted to get back cards in your graveyard, such as Centipede or Dragonfly. 2 Threatening Roars, you could run 3, but particularly, I see the 3rd Threatening Roar as a dead draw, and at this point in time, like, if you have to use your 3rd Threatening Roar, then things aren't going your way, and you should just quit. I don't know, like, 1 or 2 is fine. So, I also run 2 Compulse Evac Devices. Basically, opponent summons a monster, compulse it back to hand. Pretty good for Zen mains, too, because Zen mains will come on the field. I could just go for Compulse. Whereas, if I try to go for Bottomless, he could just detach the save. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. And then, last but not least, I run 1 Warning. This allows me to stop a lot of things. And, fun fact, you can Warning Macrocosmos. It's hilarious as shit. So, that's my main deck. Onto the extra deck, I run 1 Exit Beetle. Extra Inzektor monster. I don't really use it much. I might replace it. I don't know. But I still like it because it looks pretty fucking awesome. So, also run 1 Exostag. Allows me to steal monsters. Basically, if my opponent has a monster on their side of the field, I go into Exostag, steal it. I can then equip Gigamantis, make my original attack 24. Then I gain attack from the stolen monster, which just makes Exostag a powerhouse. So, also got 1 Bouncer, negate shit. 1 Crimson Shadow Armor, allows me to not be destroyed by battle or by card effects during the turn I activate the effect. Volcasaurus, this thing is so fucking good, like, I'm not gonna lie. Basically, the whole point of it is you detach a XYZ material, blow up a monster on your opponent's side of the field, and inflict damage equal to the destroyed monster's attack. That is amazing, in my opinion. I also run 1 Aegis, 1 Tyrus, both should be pretty obvious. Gaia Dragon lets me go get over defense position monsters. Temtemto. This is kind of like a tech card. Like, I don't use it a lot, but if my opponent has some shit that has XYZ materials on it, I could just go into Temtemto, activate the effect, detach the XYZ material from a monster that I want to get rid of, then I gain 500 attack. So that's kind of a pretty good thing. Especially if my opponent has a Zen mains on the field. Once again, I could just go for Temtemto, detach the XYZ material, just go for the attack and destroy it. So, another good card in this deck is Mellow Melody, because you could detach the XYZ materials. Say you have Dragonfly and Centipede on the field. Overlay those for Mellow Melody. Mellow Melody effect. Detach Dragonfly. Next turn, call the Haunted back your Dragonfly and keep looping. It's amazing. It's really amazing. And plus it gets to attack twice. So if I had both Mellow Melody and Giga Brilliant on the field at the same time, basically I got a 1700 beat stick that can attack twice per turn. Also I got Acid Golem. I kind of don't use this a whole lot because it kind of hurts my deck since it negates special summons and all that shit. Or prevents you from special summoning, I should say. But basically, this is kind of like your endgame card where you really need to get that last push of damage. So I like to go into Acid Golem, just face roll my opponent for free K and game him. I run Shockmaster, pretty obvious reasons, really great card. Giga Brilliant helps me out with my OTKs. Leviator, this is kind of a tech card you don't usually want to use all the time. The main point of it is if you have Dragonfly or Hornet Banish, you want to go in your Leviator and then special summon them back to your side of the field. And last but not least, one Zen main. So that's my extra deck. Onto the side deck, I run a Maxi, pretty obvious as stated before. 2 Raikos, this helps me destroy a card on my opponent's side of the field and allows me to mill cards that are important, like Hornet, Ladybug, stuff like that. 2 Effect Veilers, I don't use them a whole lot, but it helps you stop like opponents from activating effects that could potentially do a fuck ton of damage to you, let's just say. 2 Thunder Canes, pretty obvious. It stops your opponents from searching and all that. Like if they were to try and go for a Rhoda, they can't do that because TK is out. No adding cards from deck to hand. Pretty good card. And whenever your opponent tries to special summon a monster, I could just go ahead and use TK's effect to destroy it while destroying itself. So that's pretty nice. 2 dimensional fissures. Even though it hurts my deck, it still hurts my opponent's decks too. Like Mermails, Firefish, shit like that. It's pretty neat. Rivalry of Warlords. It hurts the Merlantians because the Merlantians, like, they have different kind of like attributes to them, or not attributes, I don't know. It's type of monster. You get the point. Basically, they have like fish, sea serpents. They can only control one type of monster, so the other monster would get destroyed. So I guess that's pretty good. 1 Royal Decree stops other trap cards from activating. 2 Mind Crushes. I can use this to call cards that would be really bad for me. So, say my opponent has Megalo in their hand. Activate Mind Crush. Call Abyss Megalo. They have it. So they go to the grave. And that's pretty much it. So, I also run 2 Soul Drains. And it doesn't really hurt my deck that much because the only card that would really get affected would be my Gigamantis effect. Because it has an effect once it's gone to the graveyard, it could just special summon another Inzektor from the grave. That's really not that bad. So, it also hurts shit like Dark Worlds because this deck has a fuck ton of problems with Dark Worlds. I really don't understand why. So, anyways, that's the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll probably have the duels up in a few minutes within the next 15 seconds. So, once again, I hope you guys did enjoy this deck, and if you have any feedback for it, please let me know. So, I'm out of here for now. See ya. Alright, so here we are back to the duels and shit. Before I get into them though, I gotta tell you guys, the Crystal Beast replay and the Mermail replay are both older decks of mine, but I don't know, but while fuck, I really can't speak for shit today, but anyways, while the duels are going on, I'm probably just gonna talk about why I don't upload much anymore, and I really shouldn't have to explain the duels because they are pretty self-explanatory, but I will probably try and slow them down so that, like, they don't go too fast and then it's just, like, really fucking boring. So, anyways, I'm just going to open up with this one, and here we go. So, the reason why I don't upload much anymore is because, to be honest, I've really gotten sick of Pokemon. Like, the meta game doesn't even evolve anymore. I'm sick of seeing stupid-ass players doing stupid-ass shit that makes no fucking sense, and then some people, they upload to YouTube to try to become famous. That's not the point of playing Pokemon. The point of playing Pokemon is to upload it and enjoy yourself. There are still people that upload to YouTube and enjoy their hobby, but a lot of people I see out there, they upload only to get famous, get partnered, and make money. It's fucking retarded. What happened to the enjoyment of the game? Seriously, I'm sick of it. So it's just like, I don't want to associate with people like those anymore. It gets on my nerves. So I decided, you know what? Fuck Pokemon. I'm just going to sit back and play Yu-Gi-Oh! While the whole Pokemon community goes in the garbage, because that's basically where it's headed right now. And the game shows no signs of evolving until Generation 6. Like, you could ban out shit from OU, you could ban shit from NU, move tiers around, but the game doesn't change at all. It's milked to the fucking core. There's no point. Like, how should I put this? You saw Deoxys Defense get banned recently from OU. What did that do to the game? Did it make it evolve? No. Did we see anything new? No. What's the point of playing something that's just stale? Seriously. I just don't see the point in it no more. So, I'm sorry to all the viewers out there that know me for playing Pokemon, but I've grown tired of it until further notice. Like, if I were to upload a Pokemon video, it would probably be because I would be extremely fucking bored, and I would probably just be in the mood to just dick around with people. So, that's the only time I would probably upload. So, until Gen 6, I'm probably not going to be uploading Pokemon consistently like I usually do. It's over. It's done with. So, there's just no point in it anymore. And plus, like, I've been getting into Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot more often lately, and I've been paying much more attention to that. And I don't know why YGOPro isn't fucking responding, asshole. So, that's basically what I've been up to. Like, it's just like, I don't really want to play Pokemon anymore. It's more so Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it's much more interesting in my opinion. Like, the game, the metagame itself, it updates like every couple formats, and it also updates like each new set. And there's a new set that comes out like every couple months. Whereas if you play Pokemon, you have to wait an entire several years before it changes. Because a new Pokemon generation only comes out like once every 4 or 5 years, whereas a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Set comes out like, I don't know, like, how should I say this? Every 4 months, I want to say, each set comes out? I don't know. Anyways, I'm just going to click this out and then just get back on it. Fuck. But yeah, you can kind of see the point I'm trying to make. I just got bored of Pokemon, and it was just like, whatever, so... Also, fuck these ads, goddamn. Oh yes, the background was made by me, by the way, and I know that my desktop is pretty fucking messy, but... Whatever! Whatever, I don't care anymore. I've gotten really lazy. Alright, there we go. Exit this. Get out of here, and... please don't stop again, because otherwise I'm just going to stop the video here if it stops responding. But, anyways, continuing on with what I've been saying, like, the game changes every couple months, and there's always different ideas you can run for decks. Like, I could go on and on. Like, recently at YCS Miami, for example, there was that guy that topped with Karakuris, which is just like, even though the deck is really annoying when you play them, kudos to that guy for running a deck that not a lot of people use anymore. And once again, this isn't fucking responding, so probably just gonna go for this again. God damn it. But seriously, fuck this computer sometimes. Let's close out Skype for now. What else do I want to say? What else is there to say, actually? That's the better question. Because I've pretty much made my points. So, yeah. I got no other points to make, so that's my conversation. That's why I haven't been uploading. Another reason I don't upload much is because I'm just really fucking lazy. So I'm actually just going to talk about these last 2 duels now. I was playing Mermails at this point, and obviously Mermails just do their shit. Open up with Compulse. I obviously don't want a normal Centipede just yet, but instead he just goes for the Mystical Space Typhoon, destroys my Compulse. Then I go for Dark Hole, but it reveals to me that he has the Abyssland, special summons Abystius. Then I go for the Zektohawk on my Centipede, try to get over to his Abystius, but he goes for the Judgment, which is a questionable play, because if I were him, I would have just gone straight for the, I wouldn't have done anything. I would have just let him destroy Abystius, but here, I'm just going to go ahead and just chain Threatening Roar to his effect of a Megalo, because I obviously don't want him to attack this turn. And he's just going to go ahead and he's just going to go for Marksman. But there's no point in it no more because I got rid of my face down card, which was my Threatening Roar. So, draw for turn, get into my MST. I'm just going to go ahead and just destroy his face down, which turns out to be an Abyss Squall. Really great play. And I'm going to go ahead and switch my Centipede to defense because I really don't want to leave it in attack. And if I were to go for Insect Imitation, I only have one target, which is my Hopper, and that would be a useless play, so useless plays are really fucking stupid. So, I go into my Card Trooper here, try to activate his effect, try and mill, Hornet, and then I could go for Insect Imitation, tribute Card Trooper, go into Hopper, equip Hornet, destroy Abyssgaios, but instead he just goes for the Abyssgaios effect, negating Card Trooper. Then I just draw for draw due to a card effect, and then next turn I get into another MST, so I just go for the MST, blow up his face down, and then I believe I just set the Spirit Reaper and I just call it in a turn. And then this turn I believe he goes for the... No, he just switches the defense position. Really don't understand why. If I were him, I would have just gone straight for the attack, but maybe he was fearing something like the Raikou, who knows. So I'm going to go for Pot here, and I believe I just get back my Foolish Burial. This allows me to just get my Hornets to the grave, really good for me. And here I ended turn once again because I wanted to bait him to attack me, and here he doesn't attack once again, which is just like, why? Just go for the attack, please. So here I'm just going to go for a Centipede, and he's just going to go for the Abyssgaios effect once again. So I tribute for Hopper, then I'm going to use Hopper's effect to equip Hornet, but he goes for the fucking MST, bastard. So I'm just going to go into my Zekale. I ram into Abyssgaios. I'll take the 300 any day. That allows me to get back my Centipede. The next turn I could just go for Centipede Hornet, but instead here he just decides, no, fuck you, I'm going to kill you this turn, because he destroys my Spirit Reaper, goes into Abyssland, specials the Megalo, Pot of Avarice. He's obviously going to special summon the Abystius, then he's going to normal summon another Mermail, then he's going to use Megalo's effect, tribute that monster, and then he's just going to face roll me for games. So that's the end of that match. Obviously, Mermail's doing their shit, but then again, they're Mermails. I respect them. So, better than Dark Worlds, by the way. Fuck Dark Worlds. So, that's the end of this. There's one other match, and I'm going to call it quits there, because this video has been going on long enough. Seriously, I don't even know why I'm still doing this. I forgot what deck this guy was playing. I think it was running like a Cyber Dragon variant. I don't know, but this is my current deck, by the way. So, turn one, I'm just going to go for, I believe I just went for the Pot of Duality, and I believe I got my Spirit Reaper. No, I got my Compulse. That way, because if he were to summon a monster, I could just Compulse it back to hand. Good thing he can't summon the Cyber Dragon, because if he did summon that, then I'd be in a little bit of trouble. But then again, it would also help, because I did chain Max C for his turn, and I would have drawn one. So, he's going to go ahead and just go in his Y. Then I'm going to Compulse it back to hand. And I believe here I'm just going to set the Call to Haunted, go into Dragonfly, hit him for 1,000. Doesn't really do a whole lot, but it's still like, what the fuck ever. So, here, I believe he just goes into his Y again. I'm not sure why he didn't go into his Cyber Dragon, then go into his Y, because that way he would have both Cyber Dragon and his Y on the field. Maybe he was fearing the Torrential Tribute. That was a possibility. So, I don't know. But I don't even run Torrential Tribute. What the hell am I talking about? So, I'm going to go for MST on his Fusion Sage. And I really don't understand why he has Fusion Sage, because Polymerization is a really bad card, in my opinion. So, he's going to go into his Cyber Phoenix. Going to face roll me with these two. I'm fine. It's all good and dandy. Because next turn, I could easily just go for MST on a Space Town. Then I could just Dark Hole, destroy these two. But instead of drawing into a card that I would like to have, like a Hornet, I draw into another fucking Call to Haunted. That's bullshit. So, I'm really not that scared right now, so I don't want to play Call to Haunted, and I'm just going to see what he does. Then I can activate Call, because I was fearing maybe he had something that could go over my Dragonfly. So, anyways, after he... I don't know, but seeing as he's going to attack me with just a Keel, I decided to just go straight for Dragonfly, because, I don't know, but I'm going to go ahead and switch Dragonfly to defense, because obviously I could keep it up on the field, and even if he were to go into Cyber Dragon, I could just activate my second Call to Haunted. So, I believe I draw into my Monster Reborn here, which is just like, fuck yes. So, I'm going to go for Call to Haunted, get out my Max C here. But he changed Astral Barrier, which makes no sense. Like, what does it do? So, I'm going to go for the Insect Imitation on Max C, go into my Hornet, and then Exceed into my Acid Golem, which was kind of a bad play because now I can't use my Monster Reborn. Probably should have just gone into Giga Brilliant, but whatever. So, anyways, That actually prevents him from summoning his Cyber Dragons, by the way. So, I'm going to go ahead and just detach my, I think I detached Dragonfly here. Yeah, detached Dragonfly, but then he flips up Coffin Seller, which is just like, what the fuck, dude? So, I'm going to set my Threatening Roar, hit him for 3k, and now he's down to 4k life points, so that's pretty good. So, if, I don't know. I don't even know anymore. So, anyways, this turn, I believe I just detached a Hornet, and I draw into Hopper, and I was just like, fuck yes, it's game. It is game, because now I can just normal summon the Hopper, activate the effect, equipping Hornet, blow up my Acid Golem. That allows me to use my Monster Reborn. Honestly, I don't give any more fucks about the Coffin Seller, because at this point, I know it's over, and I'm obviously not going to be special summoning like a motherfucker, so I'm actually just going to go Dragonfly Hornet, blow up his face down, which turns out to be negate attack. And I'm like, why the fuck are you using negate attack? Seriously, you're better off just running Threatening Roar. So, I know at this point, there's just no point in summoning anymore, so I'm just going to face roll him for game with Centipede, Dragonfly, and Hopper. And that's the end of the duel, and that's the end of this video, because it's been going on for way too long. So, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this long-ass video and stuck through to the end. And I'm probably just going to be uploading more Yu-Gi-Oh! When I'm up for it. And that's it. So, that's Shadow signing out. And ciao.